Well, everyone, Richmond just ended. Kevin Harvick, after breaking a 65 race winless streak at Michigan last weekend, gets back to victory lane. This is his fourth win at Richmond. Boy, Harvick's. I feel like this now we're seeing the old Kevin Harvick that we're used to seeing. Let's get started with this race review. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR. Today we're going to be doing the Federated Auto Parts 400 race review, and boy, I gotta say, this was probably one of the most entertaining Richmond races this was better than last year's, even though not last year's, the spring race this year, even though Hamlin won, which I was the cherry on top of that Richmond race, but yeah, this race was really good. I really liked it, but there's some moments where I've just been really plain, like Stage 2. Stage 2 was probably the most boringest part of the race. Like, it was just Joey Logano leading and nothing else happened. Stage 2 was probably the most boring stage ever. So, yeah, so on the pole was Kyle Larson. He took a hot lap. He took a hot lap yesterday for qualifying, and he was able to get the pole. And Kyle Larson, man, he had issues later on in the race, so yeah. It starts where Kyle Larson was leading them down, and then we had Tyler Reddick. It was our first caution of the day. Tyler Reddick spun out, so that was our first caution for incident. And then after that, second caution was for Stage 1, but after that incident with Tyler Reddick, the stage was just going, and Ross Chastain and Clean Air was really dominant. You have to be in Clean Air. Clean Air was just really worth it. Track position is pretty much key at this racetrack, and Ross Chastain was able to get Clean Air and win Stage 1. Stage 2 was basically the Joey Logano show, and it was probably one of the most boringest parts of the race. Was Joey Logano basically dominating. I mean, he dominated. I think he led the most laps today. Yeah, and I honestly thought this was going to be a Toyota race, because the Toyotas, I think, were pretty fast. But I was just thinking of probably because the fastest Toyota driver was Hamlin and Christopher Bell. They were fast. Especially Christopher Bell. He was fast at the start. Same with Joey Logano. He was also pretty darn fast. So yeah, so Joey Logano, he was able to win Stage 2. Pit stops, they had to make pit stops. Tires were really important throughout this race. And yeah, so Joey Logano, he was able to get the job done and win Stage 2. Stage 3 was where the craziness began. Oh, and there's actually one more thing. I'm not sure if this happened in Stage 2, yes, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Went down in pit road and guy in the Truex. To be honest, I feel extremely bad for how Truex has been so far. I mean, bad things just keep happening to Martin Truex Jr. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with Truex right now. Truex this season has not been the way Truex has been wanting it to go. And still, Martin Truex Jr., what a disappointment it would be. He came second in the championship 4 last season at Phoenix. And now he's just on a chance of missing the playoffs. But there's still 2 more chances he's got. He's got Watkins Glen and Daytona. So yeah, 2 more weeks away, basically 3 weeks away until we start the playoffs. And Kevin Harvick, man, was able to scrape through the chaos and get the win. And then again with the Stenhouse deal, Stenhouse missed pit road and gets into Truex, which typical Stenhouse at its finest. But, oh yeah, typical Stenhouse, but anyways, yeah, typical Stenhouse, sucks for Truex, and yeah. So now, anyways, let's go on to stage 3, where Ross Chastain strikes again, folks, this time with Kyle Busch. I don't know, like, Ross Chastain, well, he finished outside the top 20, but, yeah. He, got into Kyle, spun him around, and basically caused a 3-car incident, which caused Eric Jones to exit out of the race early. Sucks for him. And Kyle Busch, I'm not sure if Kyle finished in the top 10. I think he did, because I'm not sure if he did or not. We're gonna take a look at the race results here in a little bit, but yeah. And then it was just basically strategy was really important. And then later after that wreck with Chastain, Busch, and Eric Jones, Kyle Larson, his car was handling way off. He was way off, got off the bumper of Denny Hamlin. Larson's car at this point was basically KO'd. Well, not KO'd, but handling was just really off for Kyle Larson. Probably because of how the track was changing, because started the race, I think it was like sunny and then it came into overcast, guys. I honestly thought it was going to be raining. I really thought of that. And we might not have to worry about weather next week, because unless there's like lightning, there's really no rain delay except for lightning delay. Basically all I have to say there. So yeah, so then it was basically strategy from here, and then Kevin Harvick, he made a great pass. He made a pass on Joey Logano to get the lead and move on. And Harvick basically led the race ever since. He made a great stop, and then Denny Hamlin, his jackman, just didn't hold the jack up right. Just didn't hold the jack correctly, and it caused Denny Hamlin to at least have a chance at the win. But well, so yeah, but Hamlin finished 4th, so I'm happy. I'm really happy now. So I'm really happy Hamlin got another top 5 finish. So I'm really happy for that. He's gaining up more points, gaining more up in the regular season standings. So I like that. I really like Hamlin's been doing 2 top 5s. So Hamlin at this point, if he goes another top 5 of Glenn, he'll be on a hot streak. But unfortunately, I don't think Hamlin's going to do good at Watkins Glen, because the Toyotas at road courses have been freaking terrible. Road course racing for Toyotas have been terrible. So, yeah, Toyotas at road courses have been terrible this season, but, so, that's just my opinion. That's just what I'm going to say, but Kevin Harvick, he had to hold on Chris Buescher and Christopher Bell in the very end. And Chris Buescher, if Chris Buescher would have won this race, boy, that would change everything. If Chris Buescher would have won this race, then 16 drivers have won in 2022, but instead we're still at 15. Boy, I especially can't wait for Watkins Glen next week. I can't wait. Like, this season is just getting better and better and better. Like, this is already better than last season. Like, this season's better than last season. And then Kevin Harvick was stuck in lap traffic, but Christopher Bell, I think with fresher tires, I believe, got around the 17 of Chris Buescher, and Christopher Bell was hard charging. Like, he came down to almost a full second when he was just like 3 seconds back. That was insane. I thought Christopher Bell was gonna do a Denny Hamlin where, I'm not sure where, Denny Hamlin had actually lapped an entire field of cars to get the victory lane last race for the spring. So yeah, but Kevin Harvick, he was stuck in lap traffic, but he was able to hold on to it. Boy, if that would have just been one more lap, or 2 more laps, or an overtime start, it would be more wild. But in the end, Kevin Harvick was able to get through, grab his 2nd win of the season, and boy, I am so happy for Kevin Harvick. He's been through a lot of trouble, not a lot of trouble, but for a lot of bad luck throughout these past 4.5 years, almost 2 years, but now he's finally going to turn things around. 2021, he was winless should have won Bristol the night race. Should have won Bristol night race in 2021, but Chase Elliott didn't make that happen. So yeah, so yeah. After that, and Kevin Harvick, man, I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for Kevin Harvick that he's got it. So yeah, Kevin Harvick gets his second win of the season. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the results. Right, everybody, here is the race results. Kevin Harvick was the winner. He finished first. Christopher Bell second. Chris Buescher will finish third. Denny Hamlin, like I mentioned, finished fourth. Chase Elliott, he rounds out the top 5. He started deep in the field today. Joey Logano, man, he had such a fast car today. Finishes 6th, even though I can't stand him. Truex Jr., after all the trouble he's had today, finishes 7th. Eric Almirola will finish 8th. Kyle Busch will finally get his top 10 of the season. Will get his first top 10 of the season since St. Louis, since Gateway, finishes 9th. Ryan Blaney will round out the top 10. William Byron 11th. Austin Cindric 12th. Bubba Wallace will finish 13th, not too bad for him. Kyle Larson will fall back to finish 14th. Brad K 15th. Austin Dillon 16th. The Dillon brothers 16th and 17th. Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez 18th and 19th. Alex Bowman, man, he's just been very inconsistent. Finishes 20th. Justin Haley 21st. Ricky Stenhouse 22nd. Chase Briscoe 23rd. Noah Gragson 24th. Harrison Burton 25th. Cole Custer 26th. Todd Gillen 27th. Corey LaJoie 28th. McDowell 39th. Danny Castle will finish 30th. Tyler Reddick will finish 31st. Then JJ Yaley, McLeod, Cody Ware, Eric Jones right there. Ty Gibbs, man, unfortunately, in that beautiful Air Jordan car, will finish dead last. So yeah, guys, also including Joey Logano, I mentioned he had a fast car. He managed to make almost a 4-wide pass on the outside and on the second restart, I believe. Or one of the restarts, so even though I don't like Joey Logano, man. But I'm really glad he didn't win this race. I'm really glad he didn't, because you know how much I can't stand him, so. Yeah, so happy Harvick won, though. So, yeah, and then Ty Gibbs, unfortunately, got DNF'd today in that beautiful Jumpman car. Oh my gosh, no! I still want that Air Jordan car to at least get a top 20 or something. Man, but bad luck just happens, so. Man. So yeah, I gotta say, this was a really great Richmond race. It was basically another Ford show, and with Watkins Glen coming up, I believe it's gonna be a Chevy versus Ford, and Toyotas are just gonna be out. So, yeah. So in conclusion, this race was really good. Kevin Harvick. He deserves it. He gets his second win of the season, and boy, I can't wait to see what he does in the playoffs. I hope he makes it to. I really hope he makes it to the championship 4, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So, yeah. So now I'm going to go ahead and get this race a 6 out of 10 for this race. It was good. It was a good race. Not one of those great ones, but it was really good. It was good, like 5, like 6, just up above average from the spring race. So. I'm not sure if I gave the spring race a higher score or not, but I don't remember, but 6 was going to be my score for this one. So, yeah. So, Kevin Harvick gets the win, his 60th win. I believe that ties Kyle Busch in the standing, in the wins column. Yep, it's official. Look at this. You guys can see, Kyle Busch, he has 60 career wins. And now Kevin Harvick ties him. So Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch are now tied on the wins list. So, what I gotta say, these two are probably most winningest drivers in the sport. And, yeah, probably next to Denny Hamlin's probably running 3rd with 48. So, should have been 49, but 48 still 48. But, yeah, that's basically it for this Richmond race review. I gotta say, this race was really good. It was, tire strategy came into play. The clouds, like the car tracks, handling was a big issue, and so many other factors. And now, with 2 races heading into the playoffs, Ryan Blaney is still above the playoff cut line, while Martin Truex Jr. Still, it's not. But I think Truex's best chance is at Daytona. But Watkins Glen, Truex is really usually was good at the Glen until the Toyota program at Watkins Glen at the Glen or at road courses are just terrible. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. And tough break for Truex. I really hope Truex at least gets at least one win this season. Man, I feel you Truex fans out there. If any Truex fans are watching this right now, I feel you. My driver Denny Hamlin last year, he didn't win until the playoffs. And that thing that he and Chase Briscoe had at the Indianapolis road course, I literally just lost it. And I can understand y'all's frustrations, and I can really respect that. Because my driver has been through the same things too, especially the start of this year, man. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's basically all I had to say to you, Truex, for you any Truex fans who are frustrated. So, I get it. I really get it. And so, yeah, really happy that Harvick won. And this race was was just one regular, normal short track Richmond, really fun, great race. So, a really good race. So, yeah, guys, what do you guys think about this race? Let me know in the comments below. And anyways, I'm excited for Watkins Glen and Daytona. It's going to be awesome. Especially Daytona, man. That's going to be, I'm definitely going to be watching that race. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out, fans.